Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Dr. Mariam. Okay, so our group will be presenting the topic is unethical behaviour among athletes in sport. So, my name is Muhammad Anas bin Rizal, 172047223. Okay, below my group members. Okay, so I will presenting about the abstract of our topic. So our topic of qualitative research are focused on why unethical behaviour happens among athletes in sport. Next, our topic also studying of what type of an unethical behaviour that the athlete did during the training and also during the competition or match, and also determine their motive why unethical behaviour in any sport such as football, rugby, futsal or anything related in sport. Next, the design of our studies is qualitative, explorative, descriptive and psychology of ethical behaviour in sport. Next, our method of gathering data involve locating and contacting University of Malaya students who participate in sport. And the size of our sample is 6 participants, which are 3 males and 3 females, who range in age between 19 to 25 years old. So, below are the keywords of our topic, which is unethical behaviour, athletes, actions, and also sporting world.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Akish Daniel bin Asrul Effendi and my matric card number VIA 190001, and I will present about the background of the study about unethical behavior among athletes in sport. The ethics of the athlete is very important if they want to stay longer in the arena of sports or in their own sports field. One of the things that can be a benchmark to evaluate the players or the athletes is by observing their own ethics. There are a lot of starting points for any athletes to become mad or be unethical in their gameplay. The factors for their turning to the unethical athletes is when their team are facing a lost game. Other factors is starting because of the provocation that has been made. This trend or this type of psychology can be called as a main factor that can create a fight in any game. However, there is other unethical behavior that happen outside the tournament, such as usage of drug among athletes. One of the well-known athletes, Ben Johnson, getting caught because he got cheated in 100-meter title in Olympic Seoul 1998. This is because his samples contain stanozolol, a banned anabolic steroid. As it due from that case, he was banned for 2 years, and the medal went to his competitor Carl Lewis. So, the objective for our research study are to study on what type of unethical behavior that the athletes did during training and match. Another objective for our research study is to determine the motive of their unethical behavior in sports.
So for my part is problem statement based on the research from the article that we have searched. Is conducted by Pippa Granger and John Kerr 2010. The result has shown that there are different type of aggressions and ethical behavior in sport. So this kind of behavior unethical among athletes can be discussed and can affect more people to be involved and act unethically to other athletes. So the next part is research objective. We have 2 research objectives, and the first one is to study on what type of behavior the athlete did during training and match, and the second one is to determine the motive of their unethical behavior in any sport. And for the research questions is why there are such unethical behavior among the athletes, and also what type of unethical behavior that the athlete did during the training and match, and the last one is what is their motive to behave unethical behavior in any sport. The next one is significance of the study. The study is conducted to gain a better understanding of the factor that influence athlete to behave unethically during game. So the result from our research is that we try to encourage more athletes to play the game fairly, and also to create a better environment of the sport industry, and also to become a role model so that the young people can look at us while playing a good and fair play of the games. And the next one is the limitations. So we have known that since the COVID has been through our country, so it has limited of our research because the movement controlled by the government. So our interview has been done online, not during face to face, because we cannot meet up for the people. So we have used the application like the Zoom and Google Meet, and some of them are not accessible of having a good internet connection. So that are the limitations. And also we have chose 6 participants, where we divided into a two group, where we have 3 males and also 3 female. And apart of that, we have the limitations. So the subject of the research should be athlete, where we might that have or seen the behavior of athlete unethically during the games. So we have to 6 random athlete that the age from the range of 19 to 30 years old. And the next part is definition of our key terms. So we have identified that we have unethical behavior and also athlete, and when we have found the definition of each of key terms in the dictionary yourdictionary.com. So that is basically from our definition of the key terms. So I will pass to our next friends to present for the next part. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Haziq bin Hashim. My matrix number is 17203880. So I will present about the research method for this study. So basically, we have we're going to do like 6 research method. And the first one is research design. So the design of this study is qualitative, explorative, descriptive, and psychology of unethical behavior in sports. Basically, our title for this research is an unethical behavior in sports. So the is qualitative offers the opportunity to know why the athletes used to come the unethical behavior during sports events. So the purpose of this exploration is to gain a richer understanding of the experiences. And descriptive of this study is usually conducted when little is known about the phenomenon of interest. Lastly, for the psychology study is usually conducted on people's behavior, performance, and mental operation. After that is sample and sampling method. So we use the population that involved is all University of Malaya students, athletes, which age between 19 to 30 years, and the size of our sample is 6 participants, and we choose the university athletes as our sample because our study was focused on the students who were presenting their university, and which the samples are 3 males and 3 female students. And next is data collection procedure. So uh, the the method for gathering data on subject involve locating and contacting University of Malaya students who participate in university sports. We will issue them a consent form with a short description of our study goal after they agree to cooperate. Next is instrument. So we use a semi-structured interview. In semi-structured interview, it combines a predetermined set of open question which the question that can cause discussion, and it is usually applying an open-ended question. So the question contains three parts, which background of the participants are, and type of unethical behavior that the athletes did during training and match, and the motive of their unethical behavior in any sports. So next is trustworthiness. So trustworthiness, the truth value is the level of trustworthiness that we use. So credibility is the technique that is used to give a truth value to qualitative analysis. So we choose this attribute so we can triangulate the data by looking at it from various perspectives, such as different data processing processes, different data sources, and more than one way to validate the data. Apart from that, we choose this value because decision making can be monitored by peers. Finally, we should perform a member checking procedure to ensure that the outcome accurately represent the information provided by participants. Lastly is data analysis. So through the content analysis, we will analyze the data. So that's all on my part. Thank you.
Okay, hi doctor. My name is Muhammad Syafiq bin Sharafuddin. My metric number is VIA 190019 and 17206-100. The first part for me is about references. So here is the 6 article that we gained based on our topic unethical behavior among athletes in sport. Next, I will present about the appendices in our proposal. So this is a Gantt chart based on our activity for the first start when we are doing this research and at the end of our research. The first one is create a research group in week 1. The second one is decide the research topic. Week 2, presentation of research topic also on week 2, which is we present to doctor. The fourth one is find 6 relevant articles. Week 3, and then we do the literature review, which is chapter 2 on week 4. Next is submission of literature review on spectrums, week 5. And then we draft the research on week 6 and present the draft of our research on week 7. Next, we prepare research proposals on also week 7, and then in this prepare research proposal we have introduction, which is the chapter 1. So we did in 3 weeks here for the chapter 1, and chapter 2, which is methodology, also in this 3 weeks, 7, 8, 9, and then submission research proposal for week 9. After that, we will, for the future, we will conduct interview, which is our interview on 10, and then we will got the data collation also with 10 after the interview, and then after that we can make a data analysis on week 11, and then after a lot of our interview we will do the report writing on week 12 and 13, and the last one we will submission of final report to Spectrum, and we will present our final report to Doctor. So next is questionnaire. We have 3 sections here: background of participants, type of unethical behavior, motive of their unethical behavior in sport. So in detail, we have name, gender, status, contact. In the first section, we have 5 questions here. So this question is about the background of participant. The second section is type of unethical behavior. So we only provide 2 questions for this section. And the last section is motive of their unethical behavior in sport. We have 3 questions here to get our data. And the last one is consent form, which is we will provide this consent form to our participants before they agree to participate in our research. So we already provide all the information here, And this is it from our group. That's all from me. Thank you, Doctor.